All right, let's have this conversation about how to know when you're ready. Okay, and I want you guys to take this for real. A lot of people, including me, okay, I just jumped into the market. I'm like, dude, I learned a new strat. Get out the way, let's go. And I'm just like clicking the button, making trades, like, move out, Jeff Bezos, here I come, I'm gonna be knocking on your door, living in your neighborhood soon. All right, I'm being funny, but that's really kind of like the mentality I had was like, dude, I just learned a new strat. Watch out, here I come. All right. So, what I want to do is talk about how do you truly know when you're ready. All right. And what I want to say is you're going to know you're ready when you've actually taken the time to learn the technical analysis you need to follow your plan. Okay. If you haven't taken the time to learn what you need to, like, if you're like, I am a unicorn model trader, okay, and you can't recite to me the unicorn model from memory and then like just go randomly anywhere on the chart and start grabbing unicorn models, not just the unicorn model, I mean the full-fledged unicorn model, which would be like 1 hour, POI, 15-minute structure, liquidity, draw, whatever, right? Fair value gaps, breaker blocks, you know, um, all that kind of everything that goes into it, not just like, oh, look, there's some random unicorn. It's like, okay, well, that's in no man's land. You should not trade there. Why are you trading a unicorn in between two 1 hour fair value gaps in no man's land? Okay. There was not even a time based liquidity swept. What are you doing? You need a time based liquidity swept. You need a high time frame point of interest, and then you need your unicorn model. Okay. So that's kind of what I mean. You need to have it all down, right? And I'm not saying you need to be perfect at it. I'm just saying you need to have it planned out. Okay. You need to have put just as much time into your technical analysis training, into your trader training. Okay. And I did make that video. I don't know if you've seen it or not. This is probably the last video in the beginner series. Will be this one right here. So you've probably seen it, which is the analyst versus trader. Okay. You can be a great technical analyst and a terrible trader. That's what I was for a long while. Okay. Now I'm probably a mediocre trader. Okay. I'm a great analyst, mediocre trader. All right. But just being mediocre has taken me from like, you know, being to really being profitable. Okay. So have you taken the time to pour into yourself to make yourself a great trader, to have, the mental strength to watch the market and not trade? Okay. A lot of people, like I challenge people. I'm in a couple discords and, one of them I'm a mentor. And, I tell people like, can you watch the market and not trade? And they're like, what? What? No, of course I'm going to trade if I'm looking at it. I'm like, well, try it. Try it as a test. See if you can watch the market without trading. See what it does, See if you have that mental strength to do so. And they'll come back and be like, dude, that was really hard. I'm like, keep going, keep doing it, keep practicing that. And they're like, why? I'm like, because it'll help you not trade, except for your plan. Okay. There's something to that. Like I literally like someone told me that and I laughed at it. I'm like, you guys are crazy. And I did it. And I was like, this is insane. Sometimes I still do it. Every once in a while, I will make myself sit and watch the market and I say, this is a no trade day. I will not trade. And I see like my perfect setup, A plus plus plus. And I'm like, I said I wasn't going to trade. I'm not going to trade. That's hard to do. That's like leaving $1,000, $2,000 on the table and walking away from it going, I could have that, but I'm not going to. Okay. Have you taken the amount of time that you took in your analyst skills and put that into being a better trader? All right, that's my question. Have you read the right books? Did you do the right studies? Have you studied your own behavior? Okay. Jared Tendler's book about, is great about A game, B game, C game. Have you studied that? I would recommend you do, you do so. You don't have to, but just understanding that you could operate on different levels. Michael Jordan was a great basketball player every time he played, but he had an A plus plus game, he had a B game, and he had a C game. And he probably had a game where he's like, I'm not playing, coach. I'm calling in. You know, I'm sick. I rolled my ankle. I did something. I got hurt. Okay. If something goes on in my life and I'm emotionally torn and I'm torn up, I am not going to sit in front of the charts. I promise you that. Okay. Because I'm going to be at like a D game or an F game, and I might as well just donate. right? I just might as well call Top Step and be like, hey, I just want to reset my account a few times for no reason. Why do you want to do that? Yeah, I don't know. Okay, for real. I mean, I'm kind of being funny, but in a way, you know, there's a lot of truth there. Um, so I want to make sure you guys have put in the time into becoming a great trader and not just a great analyst. Okay. All right. So do you have your playbook? Is your playbook ready to go? Do you have the days you're trading, the markets you're going to trade? Are you going to trade Bitcoin, NAS, silver, beans, you know, and like some low cap altcoins all at once? I mean, I would really stick to something specific, you know, one or two things maybe. I literally trade the NAS right now. I like really long term. What am I doing? Position trading Bitcoin and a few other coins, and that's about it. Other than that, I trade the NAS. That's it. 3 days a week most of the time. If we're looking at an expansion Friday or Monday, sometimes I'll jump in there, and if I see my setup, then I'll take it. All right. And do you know what your setup is? All right. I recommend trading one or two setups. Now, I do recommend flexibility. Okay. We have that in our building a playbook video, right? Of how to be flexible. Okay. Just because I'm trading unicorn model doesn't mean if I get that fair value gap and an SMT, the 1 hour looks good and the 15-minute draw is right above and, everything's looking great. Yeah, I might take that even though it's not an actual unicorn, but my model's a unicorn, but that SMT's sitting there. That allows that flexibility to be flexible, but within my rules and my bounds, right? So that's really what I want to recommend. Okay. You'll know you're ready when you've accomplished those things and you've also paper traded. Okay. A lot of people don't give paper trading enough credit. The people I've talked to that are successful, like legit successful, you know, $200,000-300,000 a year, just like made a career out of it, they all paper traded. So that way they could, like a Navy SEAL, they could train their body to react to certain situations, market situations. Okay. The 1 hour, 15-minute, 3 minute. I keep saying that because that's the intraday. That's kind of what I recommend. But I do have the trading time frames video if you want to choose something different. Some people will swing trade like crazy. They'll take these same exact things that I'm saying, they'll apply it to swing trade, and they will just kill it, and it'll be great. And they'll make one trade a week, two trades a month, one trade every 3 months. I have a friend who like legit paid off a house, and he just took a couple of trades here and there, and like went months in between, and did great. Okay, so don't underestimate like, oh, I gotta be this low time frame scalper. I've said it in other videos. Scalping is extremely, it's a high level of mental fatigue. So I don't recommend it, even though I do it sometimes. But it's very, I pick my time frames, I pick my times, and I do it for short sessions. Okay, all right. So take that paper trading serious. If you need extra pressure, like, oh, paper trading doesn't give you the real feel because it's not real money. Okay, so do it in front of, do it in our Discord, right? Like, maybe I'll have a channel in there that says, hey, come in here and live paper trade and let people like critique you and see how much pressure that puts on you. Okay. That's going to put a lot of pressure on you. All right. I'm not even sure I'd want to do that. Okay. And see how you do. All right. And that's just a challenge. That's just me saying if you're like, oh, there's just not enough pressure when you're paper trading, it's too easy. Okay. So add some pressure, you know, just do it in like a channel, like a chat channel, like, hey, I'm taking this trade. Check it out. And you share it out. Oh, it's a paper trade, but you share it because now you're going to have to be held accountable for the results, right? Where your stop loss is, where your take profits are, give the reasons why you're taking the trades. Maybe someone will point something out and be like, hey, man, did you notice this 15-minute fair value gap right in the way? And then it goes to the 15-minute fair value gap, rejects, and it goes bearish, and your long gets stopped out, right? Like, we can learn from each other. Okay, so don't underestimate paper trading. Take it serious. I do highly recommend FX Replay. I recommend you do at least 3 to 6 months, if not 9 months, of trading with your plan. And you can do that relatively quickly through FX Replay. If you don't want to sit there and paper trade, which I kind of recommend if you do for 30 or 60 days at least on a low end, and you're like, wow, I just did 2 months of paper trading every day and I'm profitable for a month or two. It's like, dang, I might really be ready for this. Let's go. Okay. Because it is going to be more real when you hit the real market. That is a true statement. Okay. But if that's your excuse not to paper trade, is, oh, you want the real pressure, then I'm just offering for you to do it in front of people. Okay. Maybe just in front of a friend or a family member or something, just someone to keep you accountable for your results. Because post trading, I am the best trader you've ever seen in the world. I close 100% post, right? I can go to the end of every day and I can go find trades all day long on the chart and be like, look at these trades. They're picture perfect. Okay. But doing it live is another thing. So FX replay, highly recommend it. Go check it out. Make sure you put the time that you put into being an analyst, you put that same amount of time or more, okay, into being a good trader. Okay. All right. Jared Tendler's book, all these other books, Market Wizards, trading in the zone. If you are a good trader, trading in the zone is great. If you're very new, it's not going to make sense until you're actually in the market and you're an active trader. Okay. And there's some other books. So make sure you have all that together. Come talk to us, in the Discord, and we can help get you ready and all that. And then, hey, the last thing I want to say is don't be afraid. I'm just going to say, don't be afraid to trip and fall. Okay. Because you're not going to fail if you don't give up. All right. But you may blow some combines. It's almost a rite of passage. It seems like everybody I teach and everybody, that gets funded, they go through, blowing a couple combines because the excitement's there. You start seeing the dollar signs. You're like, holy cow, I can actually make money. Oh, let's go. And you get a little too excited, and usually you start over leveraging, and they do let you over leverage. Okay. Combines and prop firms are casinos, guys. All right. I had to come to that realization myself. They make money when you lose. So they do give you just enough to kind of hang yourself with. Okay. But if you follow the plan, you do well. Prop firms are a great opportunity, especially for those who don't have a lot of capital, to start building their own capital. Okay. Pretty much all of my profits get dumped into a bank account I never touch. Okay. And that's going for a very specific goal. And maybe one day I will trade my own personal account. But for now, I just use prop firms for that and just to make a little bit of profit. So I hope this video was helpful. I'm super excited because if you've made it this far, I hope you've made it through all my other videos. And yeah, this should be the point where you could start really giving this a go and let us know how you do. Hit us up in the Discord, and yeah, awesome. We're excited.